Okay, welcome. It's time to be with Ada Marie. And we are in the second of our 5-part series on creating your perfect life. And this series is about happiness and love. How wonderful is that? Can we create happiness and love?
You can create it if you will give up all of your jealousies and angers and hates. Forgiveness is a big part of being happy, and being happy all the time, not just part of the time. Not just when you feel like being happy or someone makes you happy, but walking around with the happiness in your heart all the time.
Wow.
That's what true happiness is, to be able to say, people say, are you stressed? No, I'm not stressed. Sometimes when things happen to me, I quickly wash my hands and face with salt water and get rid of them because I don't need to carry that weight from somebody else.
So we have a tendency as our lovely human self to carry a lot of stuff.
A lot of garbage.
Store a lot of garbage in our bodies.
Right.
Treat them like, they're the waste facility of our entire life experience.
And like they've done us an injustice or an unkind number, when in reality, what did we learn from that experience? Did we learn not to do it again? Did we learn how to do it different so it didn't happen again? Did we learn to let go of it, leave it alone, and go back into ourself, to the center of the very heart of yourself, which is God, and be at peace with it? Yes, that's what you have to come to. You cannot do that if you carry any kind of a grudge or a jealousy or a hatred. You cannot in any way find true happiness. Happiness comes because inside of you, there is a love. And that love is truth. That's your truth. Now, someone else may not agree, but they don't have to agree. It's yourself, your life. It's inside of you that's important, not what somebody else thinks. They can think what they want because you can't change their thinking.
Now, everybody seems to think that happiness is just an emotion. It's fleeting. It's just, it comes and goes. It's like you're having a lovely, happy time. Somebody comes along, cuts you off in traffic, and all of a sudden you're not happy anymore.
Well, for one thing, maybe the person that cut you off in traffic is the person who is not happy. So why should you say, I'm mad at him? I'm not mad at him. Whatever he's going to run into, I don't have to run into. So I'm back. I have to wait. One night, a car went by me coming out of San Diego. He went by me so fast that he almost put me in the ditch.
Oh, wow.
So I slowed down a little bit, and I thought, well, I wonder what kind of a problem he's going to have. About 25 miles up the road, there was a 7-car accident, and guess who was in the middle of it? And
well, at least he wasn't at the start. He didn't cause it.
No, but he was in the middle of it because he was part of the accident.
Yeah.
And I just drove around, and they just motioned me around, and I went right on home, back into L.A. It wasn't my accident.
It wasn't your accident.
No.
It wasn't your haste.
No.
Whatever anger he was possibly spewing out, you
Right.
did not have to internalize.
I didn't.
Now, what about when somebody does something and you do actually feel anger? How do you get rid of that?
What you really need to understand about love and loving yourself and happiness, which is the main ingredient in love. If you can't be happy, you can't have love, because happiness is the main ingredient. It is the thing that makes the world go around. And there are things in happiness that are little, tiny things that make you happy, like being able to see the sun come out, the springs, and the kids playing in the snow, or watching a little child sing for the first time, or watching somebody who has really come through a disastrous experience and they say to you, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I'm a new person. That is happiness. And you can find it in every miracle, every day. There are miracles that happen all day long. We've had 3 miracles this morning before Deborah ever got here. And I had one while I was gone today. And you know what? It's okay, because those miracles belong to those people. And That's the way it is. They're not ours. Look at the
We're being rained on by
by
gold.
oak leaves. Golden oak leaves are raining on us.
We've obviously played hooky from the studio again
Yes,
because
we did.
our weather is continuing to be wonderful
And beautiful.
and just a little windy, as
like
last
this.
week. But I have a question for you. What is the difference between happiness and joy?
There isn't any difference between happiness and joy.
People always try to come up with something that's supposedly different between them. Like one is permanent, one's transient. It doesn't make sense to me.
They're both permanent if you allow it.
Hmm.
It's what you will allow. Happiness, joy, and laughter are what you will allow to make love for yourself and your fellow man actually work in your life. Happiness, joy
Equals
equals love.
love.
Correct. And it's inside of you. It's in there. It's not out there. It's not that person is the only person that can make you laugh, because a million people can make you laugh. It isn't that one incident can destroy your whole life, because it can't. You have to let it. So, you are the person who creates
Your
your joy, your laughter,
and
and your happiness.
it's innate.
Right. It's here.
Okay.
I like me, so you can, and I love me, and when I get myself in trouble, I take the blame, and I get right at it, and I fix it. And if I have to say I'm sorry, I don't have a problem doing that.
And the more that we know that, the more we know that it's not contingent on what somebody else is doing.
Right. It's
Or how
not.
someone's treating us. Or, oh my gosh, my spouse did blah, blah, blah this morning. I don't know how to deal with him anymore.
Right.
Or my sister called and,
There's a problem.
yeah.
Well-
so you hear problems all day long.
I do.
How do you retain and stabilize in happiness and love?
Real simply, I give them a truth, and I release it, and I turn them over to God when I am done. Anything that is beyond my capacity to assist, I turn over. I give it to God. I say, here you are, Father. You make the crooked way straight. I've done everything I can do, and this is all I have to offer. This individual who needs your help, and he will help. He does. He comes right away. He might not come that day, and he might not come that week, but he does come when he gets
I
the
want
things
it now. I
No.
live in America.
Yeah, well, it's not that way. It's not that way. When I was stabbed, I laid in bed for 2 years, breathing and breathing to get rid of the pain. But I didn't lay there feeling sorry for myself. I designed and built an entire office with a huge desk and 3 telephones and all kinds of things. And in between breathing and trying to keep the pain down, I continued to build that office. I continued to build it.
That's great. You know,
Yeah.
they've actually done psychological studies on athletes that have been injured and they're stuck laying in a hospital room.
Right.
If they continue to see themselves doing the activity
Right.
that they did as an athlete, skiing, running, biking, whatever, the muscle tone is retained.
Right.
The body responds just to that visualization.
Just to the inner visualization of your perfection. I could see myself typing again. I would see myself at the type. In those days, we didn't have computers. I would see myself typing. I would see myself answering the phone. I would see myself doing my work all the time. And I'll have to tell you the funniest thing. My wonderful attorney came to me one day and stood in the door with his hat in his hand, and he said, I've come on official business. And I said, yes, sir. Come on in. And he stepped inside the door and said, I'm here to inform you that you are eligible for state aid and assistance.
Oh.
And I said, sir, thank you very much, but no thank you. I do not need state aid or assistance. I am an American, and I can take care of myself. I don't need the aid of the government. And he went home. He said to his wife, he said, I did the hardest job I've ever did in my life. He said, I had to go and tell Ada Marie she was entitled to public assistance. And Jamie said, what did she say? And she said, well, no, thank you, sir. And he said, I got out of there as fast as I could. But you see, my attitude was that I was busy in an office. I was busy. thinking
You were being productive,
I was being productive.
even though you
And
weren't.
even though
Yet capable of being
capable,
physically
right.
productive.
I had to have help
Yeah.
to get out of bed, but I knew I was going to walk and I was going to talk and I was going to use my arm and my heart. I was going to use everything. And here I am, perfectly healthy. But I'm not going to tell you there isn't pain in it. I'm not going to tell you that it's easy. I'm going to tell you it takes diligence, it takes determination and effort, total effort. So for all of you who are interested in love and happiness, watch our show on Sunday.
On Sunday, it'll be the Dream Vision 7 Radio Network.
Right.
So you can listen in. You can catch the past shows from the series. You can catch the past series even on Turn Your Life Around. And all these links are available on the website, www.thegoldenoracl.com. Ada Marie's show on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network
is
what a mouthful, is the True Golden Oracle. And your articles are available and published on
that's
self-growth.
right, on self-growth.
All those links are there on the website.
They're there for you to use. So
check it out, grow, and create your perfect life, right?
Begin to decide what you want in your perfect life. And what you really want is true happiness and love.
Everybody wants it.
And without any negativity.
Yeah.
So, again, I say, thank you. Watch our show on Sunday, Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. I don't know why I get stuck on the 7, but I do.
And let us know how you do, you know?
Yeah.
You can email Ada Marie anytime through the contact page on the website, www.thegoldenoracl.com.
And thank you for being with us today. Thank you.
you.
Love and light.